to the Volt Army.
Money, checks, power, respect. We digital, it's crypto we collect. Vote the best, nothing less. If you ain't buying Volt, how you gonna win? If you ain't buying Volt, how you gonna win? Money, checks, power, respect. We digital, it's crypto we collect. Vote the best, nothing less.
We let it grow while the rest is talking that.
Money, checks, power, respect.
We digital, it's crypto we collect.
Vote the best, nothing less.
We let it grow while the rest is talking less.
Vote and nothing less. Vote and nothing less. Vote and nothing less. If you ain't buying Volt, how you gonna win? If you ain't buying Volt, how you gonna win? Money, checks.
Volt Inu, what it do? Hey y'all, it's your girl Sandy Says There. Let's talk about all the news, and I mean all the bums that Voltoshi, the Volt Inu developer, been dropping. And if you ask me, he's the best developer in the crypto space right now. And I can say that with confidence because I'm invested in over 200 projects to date. Now, here's the thing. Since my last video, our developer not only dropped Roadmap 5, which is bullish as hell, he also announced the biggest burn that's ever happened in this space, plus a bridge to a whole new blockchain, which is Polygon. Okay, so now, what is the burn? What does that mean? Well, in the crypto space, that basically means that they're getting rid of a certain amount of token supply. I mean, they're literally destroying them. Like, poof, be gone, in order to reduce the total amount of the token supply available, making the project more scarce, thereby making it deflationary. And Volt is in the process of burning 44.85 trillions of its supply as we speak. There was a couple of big burns by a couple of other projects, but they weren't done in the manner that Volt is doing it, creating the most impact and making the project so attractive that holders and traders alike can stay away from it. I mean, literally, even in this bear market, in economic recession that we're in, Volt's daily trading volume has been pumping through the roof. I'm talking about 15, 16, 17 million dollars, which is another reason why tier 1 exchanges are chasing Volt. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of things I like to see. Now, let's talk about the roadmap. Think about the roadmap sort of like you would a business plan, with milestones included to let you know where the project is headed. And if there's any new development like partnerships or innovations or anything else that will help make the project successful. And those developments will not only push the project forward, but will ensure your investment will grow, which is what investors care about at the end of the day. This is one of the reasons why I am so confident in this project. In this crypto space, we call this kind of confidence bullish. And what makes me so bullish in Volt Inu? It's simple. Just seeing the moves the developer is making and how he goes about things, really, it's a breath of fresh air. Okay, let's talk about the latest development with Volt Inu. We had a vote for 44.85 trillion tokens burned into bridge to Polygon. Because we are a DAO, the community got to vote on what they wanted to see happen. And of course, the community voted yes for the burn and bridge with a whopping 99.97% voting yes. So that means that we have a huge burn that is happening, and by huge, I mean almost 45 trillions of Volt tokens, y'all, that will be burned over a 5-day period, in which 14 trillion or close to it was burned on February 13, 2023. And you can verify those on the blockchains. One thing about Voltoshi is he does what he says he gonna do. He's very transparent like that. So how does this help us, the investors? Well, let me tell you how. This helps us, the investors, because the dead wallets will receive reflections. By the amount of the tokens it's holding, it's going to be taking millions, probably billions of tokens out of circulation, making Volt even more deflationary because you see, every wallet that holds Volt gets a percentage of the reflection based on the amount of tokens that they hold out of the whole supply, right? And the dead wallet obviously will hold the most amount of token of them all. We're talking trillions right now. Just think about how many tokens will be burned just by reflection alone going to that dead wallet, okay? So what does that mean for you in the long run? Well, what it means is you're gonna make more money. Simple as that, and I know that's all you care about. So the main goal and mission for Volt is not only is for the people, but wait, there's something else we should talk about here, right? There's something we should talk about more, which is how to make the dollar great again. Voltoshi said this early on. Now, I'll be honest with you here. I don't know about that fiat dollar because that thing already dead if you ask me. But I damn sure see how it can make that digital dollar great, okay? And if you're one of the smart early investors getting in now, it will definitely make your dollars great again if you can be patient enough to realize your gains. Can you just imagine how different life will be when you don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul or even Pauline? You know, I'm just saying. Anywho, a couple of weeks ago, I made a video about our developer Voltoshi and how impeccable his timing is. Well, get this. This man announced another one of his inventions for the community, Voltiflex. What's interesting about Voltiflex is Voltiflex will not only be a staking platform allowing all cryptos who don't have the means to allow their investors to stake their tokens, it will also allow them to get reflections. Basically, think of reflections as dividends, right? You are literally getting paid just by holding the tokens, but let's talk about the timing. How is it that this man, this developer, already had a backup plan for an entire crypto space before the big dogs came out? And I'm talking about the SEC, y'all. I'm talking about the SEC before they came out flexing their muscles on us little people by banning the centralized exchanges from staking. Now, look here. Our beloved developer Voltoshi already had announced Voltiflex before all this happened. I mean, come on, y'all. Who is this guy? Like, really, who is Voltoshi, right? Again, Voltiflex will allow not just Volt holders, but also all crypto projects to stake and earn reflections, most likely making them deflationary. How is that possible, you might ask? I don't know. Voltoshi will reveal those details later, I'm sure. But all I know is with Volt Inu, whenever anyone buys, sells, or transfer the Volt, I get free Volt in my Vault. All right? Basically, I get free tokens I would have had to pay for whenever a transaction happens. So think about this for a second. Think about being in a project doing those things, not just for its own people, but for the entire space. Wow. Especially in a space that scares the government so much that they fear losing money and control so much. So they're trying to find ways to restrict us, y'all, while at the same time creating their own digital currencies. Yep, you heard me right. They've been working on making their own cryptocurrencies for a while now, their own digital dollars, and they're close. And some of them already done it. It's the type of, if you can't beat them, join them type of mentality. But let's be honest, in this case, it's more like we have to beat them in order to control them type of mindset. Now, that's another topic for another day. But the point is, we will see regulation. And with regulation comes restrictions. That's all part of the growing pain, unfortunately, that we will all have to endure. After all, there's no revolution without risk. And ain't no castles getting built without no chaos. It just is what it is. Is regulation necessary? To some extent, I think so, especially for mass adoption. It just makes the people feel safer. However, don't let that stop you from getting yours with Volt Inu. Volt Inu have a developer that's not only aware of what multiple governments around the world is planning, but also is so much for the people. He brings us solutions to not only ensure our longevity in this space, but also to make us prosper. And I'm talking about generational wealth type of prosperity. So really, if you want to find a good project, you have to seriously project into the future to see how viable the project will be. How do you do that? Well, just look at it like a business. Think about where the world is headed, and then think about if the project is set up in such a way, and if it'll be around 10 years from now, or even 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Just see if it'll be around in the future. Is it solving any problems? And what's the barrier to entry? Meaning, how easy will it be for someone else to come through and steal the crown? You know, there's a lot of copycats, right? Now, think about the challenges and the roadblocks, and then think about if this project would be viable enough and have a solution to just hop and skip over every roadblock set in its way. One thing about Volt Inu, I've been invested for over a year now, and I've personally witnessed how we thrive through adversity. Meanwhile, other projects I was invested in crumble with the sound of the wind, and they dusted off right along with my investment. That's a painful experience, trust me. But the way Volt is set up, I'm telling y'all, it's like the toilet paper. Everybody needs it to write that bum clean daily. For real. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, but when I take a look at what's going on in the world of politics, and then I take a look at Volt, I see a project that's ahead of its time. A project with a developer that set up our assets in such a way to not only protect us, not only for now, but also for generations to come. I see a project providing solutions for us and everyone else in the crypto space, every crypto project that's looking for that savior. Now think about that for a second. Do you know what that means? Now, excuse me for using this example, but again, it's kind of like the toilet paper theory. Everybody needs one. I'm not trying to be funny, but think about when there's a news of disaster coming, right? And then think about what flies off the shelf. Toilet paper and water, right? Yeah, see, the difference is you can find water from a stream, a lake, an ocean, or whatever, maybe a toilet, right? If you can make your way to wherever the water is. But that toilet paper had to be manufactured. It's even more scarce in a way, right? Even though water is free everywhere, really. I mean, not really, but it is. This is what makes Volt Inu so valuable and will be around for years to come. It's set up in such a way that everyone in the space will need to use one of our platforms or services for one reason or another. I'm talking about Voltichange, Voltisolve, Voltiflex, and all the other stuff. See, now I'm a Degen. I do make Degen plays when I'm looking for that quick come up, but for my long-term investments, I am looking at projects that runs and operates like a solid business with clear indications that they will be around in the future. Seriously, I want to know where they are headed. Are they innovative? Are they doing anything to ensure the longevity of the project and the niche that they are in? Are there any real life proof that gives me confidence? And are we talking pie in the sky ideals, really? And can I trust the developer? Can you trust the developer? See, until you're able to answer these questions confidently, only then you yourself will know if you're invested in a good project or not. Now look, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. But all I can tell you is, when I found Volt Inu, I couldn't help but to get the Volt in me. And if I were you, honey, I get the Volt in me too. If you like my content, please share, like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know the projects that got you excited like Volt. You know, I'm really interested to see, because Volt is the thing popping right now. All right, until next time, take care.
Money, checks, power, respect.
We digital, it's crypto we collect.
From the best, nothing less.
We let it grow while the rest is talking debt.
Money, checks, power, respect.
We digital, it's crypto we collect.
From the best, nothing less.
We let it grow while the rest is talking debt.
Baby, I'm debt free. I used to, and nothing less. And nothing less. And nothing less. And nothing less.
If you ain't buying Volt, how you gonna win? If you ain't buying Volt, how you gonna win?
Money, checks, power.
Shout out to you, Cassidy. Peace and hair grease.